Okay, we can get started. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us for today's free CORI-friendly community education and resource fair hosted by the City of Boston's Project Opportunity, MassHire Downtown Boston, and BeProximate as we conclude Second Chance and Reentry Week. My name is Bethany Sirota, and I'm the Deputy Director of Programs and Operations for the Mayor's Office of Workforce Development, and I'm so excited to be your moderator for today's program. I have the privilege of serving under the leadership of Mayor Kim Janey's new administration, as well as the Director of the Office of Workforce Development and the Office of Financial Empowerment, Trin Nguyen. Both of them were with us for our last session on Wednesday, our community job fair. And if you missed it, there is a recording of the event that can be found on the Project Opportunity webpage. The deadline, if you were with us to submit resumes for opportunities lifted up during the job fair on Wednesday, is next Wednesday, May 26th. Susan Bucky will share more about that in a moment. But before we go on, I of course want to just take a moment and first thank all of our partners who are joining us. You all are such invaluable resources to the education and job training space. We could not do the work that we're doing to support Second Chance residents in the city of Boston without your partnership and without your presence here today. And so we're so excited to hear what you have to offer. And we're so thankful for those of you who are joining to take advantage of these amazing resources. Next, well, actually, I should probably just tell you a little bit more about what the city of Boston is doing to support residents impacted by their CORI and Second Chance citizens. And that is through Project Opportunity, launched about a year ago under Mayor Walsh and now being advanced under Mayor Janey. Project Opportunity offers free CORI sealing and expungement in collaboration with the Lawyers Clearinghouse, as well as CORI-friendly job readiness workshops and resource fairs, such as those featured this month and this week in particular. If you missed any of our programs, video recordings are posted on the Project Opportunity website, as I mentioned. We also encourage you to visit the OWD and Office of Financial Empowerment web pages as well. Check out the plethora of free resources available to you, including job training programs like many of those that you'll hear about today, credit and tax counseling, and so much more. You can also register for our free CORI sealing and expungement program at the Project Opportunity website as well. We are so pleased to support residents impacted by their CORI, those returning to society post-incarceration, and with the Office of Workforce Development's partnership with the Mayor's Offices of Public Safety, the Office of Returning Citizens, and the Office of SOAR Boston. Our partners are Dr. Falk, Dr. Kevin Sibley, Talia Wright Rivera, and Dave Jefferson. We're able to do all of this great work through Project Opportunity. Now I want to take the time to introduce an instrumental partner in our work to create access to support job seekers, especially those who are the most vulnerable during this very trying time. We are so fortunate to have such an exceptional partner and resource in MassHire Downtown Boston, and in particular, Susan Bucky and Doreen. And I'm so pleased now to introduce the Director of Employer Engagement for MassHire Downtown Boston, Susan Bucky. Susan, and I will make you the host.
Thank you, Bethany. That was very nice of you. Welcome, everyone. We're so glad you're here today. We have an amazing lineup. I wanted to just cover a few bits about how today is going to work. So bear with me while I share my screen. Let's see, welcome. Yes, done, check. Okay. So I just want to mention that I work at MassHire Downtown Boston, which is a career center that serves everybody who wants to work. So we recommend that you become a member. Being a member is free, and it entitles you to access to all kinds of workshops to help you get ready for your job search. You can even access one-on-one coaching sessions. We have a talent match portal that allows you to sign up to receive customized job leads directly to your email inbox. And we have frequent recruitment information sessions and job fairs, which you are also welcome to join. Our website is below, and I'll be sure to put that in the chat before I sign off. A little bit on the early side, I apologize. So today's event, I just want to cover the format of what's going to happen today. Each of the presenters will have about 5 minutes to talk about their program, the mission, the training, the locations, how they're managing during COVID, the outcomes that come from the training program or resource that they offer, and what their selection, how they select candidates who are eligible for their services. Following that, we'll have a brief question and answer period, and we'll review next steps. And I do want to just mention that if you did attend the job fair on Wednesday, you still have time to watch the entire presentation and submit your resume to the positions. And I'll put that information also in the chat as soon as I'm finished here. So like I said, we have a really wonderful lineup today. We're going to go almost in this order. We just have to make one switch. After the JBS programs, we'll have Suits and Smiles go present, and then we'll return to City Academy and proceed through the list here. Just a reminder, if you have questions, please put them in the question and answer section. I know it's possible to put them in the chat, but guess what? I'm going to be putting some information in there, and they're going to be lost pretty quickly. So if you want to make sure that your question is addressed and answered, it would be helpful to put it in the Q&A section. And some of the employers will be, program providers will be putting some of their answers into the question and answer area if a question is specific to them. So yes, if you do have a question for a particular presenter, just be sure to mention it in your question, because it's hard for us to read minds and know who you're talking about. So please include the name of the program if it's specific. And also I encourage you to have a pen and paper handy so that you can capture website information, contact information, so that you know what to do next. All right. So without further ado, we're going to pass it off to Kelly Hines. And you're going to take it back, Bethany, right? Yeah.
Good afternoon. Hi, my name is Kelly Hines, and I'm the outreach specialist at JBS for the Adult Diploma Pathway Program. So I'm going to be sharing information about ADP. Let's see. JBS Adult Diploma Pathway Program, in partnership with Boston Public Schools, help adults obtain their high school diploma. Students study math, English, social studies, science, college and careers, and financial literacy. The Adult Diploma Pathway Program is a free program. Classes are taught online until further notice. The program is 18 months, but can take longer for some. The program runs year-round in the spring, summer, fall, and winter. The requirements of the program is you must be either 20 years of age or older, live in Boston or surrounding communities within Massachusetts, able to attend part-time or full-time classes, and have access to a laptop and Wi-Fi. What we offer is full-time and part-time classes starting at 9 and 12 p.m., flexible scheduling, tutoring and coaching support, formal graduation, post-program coaching. Students may participate in other JBS programming and obtain employment through our services through MassHire. Currently, how to enroll. We are currently accepting applications for the July semester. So to enroll or learn more, you can visit the JBS website at jbsboston.org, or you can contact me directly at khines@jbs-boston.org. I'm going to hand it back over to my colleague, Craig, who is going to talk to you about Bridges to College.
Thanks, Kelly.
You
Craig,
bet.
you're good to go. We appreciate you.
Yep, Kelly's a hard act to follow, but I'm going to try. So, hi everybody. My name is Craig Misner. I am the manager of coaching services for the Academic Service Division of JVS, which is a real mouthful. I'm going to talk to you about our Bridges to College program today, and hopefully I can share my screen and we'll all. And let me know when you all can see that. Come on. Let me just try that again. We can start like this. I mean, it's not a big deal. I don't have that many slides. So this is Bridges to College and Careers. Basically, our motto is succeed in college and start a career. Okay. What is it? Well, it's a free 23-week part-time college preparatory program. Basically, we offer academic courses based on the pathway, and I'll show you those in a minute. Academic and career, and as well as financial coaching is available to all of our students. After the 23 weeks, our students transition to either Bunker Hill Community College or Quincy College. And no matter where they go, they get ongoing career support from our team of career coaches. So what are the pathway options? Well, we've got a couple. We've got general studies. Basically anybody interested in healthcare, nursing, anything that Bunker Hill offers. Liberal arts, they would go to the general studies class and they would study English and math. English is taught by a Bunker Hill professor. Our business technology program is for those that are interested in management, accounting, entrepreneurship. And that actually comes with a computer CIT 110 class that is also taught by a Bunker Hill professor. We have a biotechnology pathway, which is pretty popular now, actually. We're almost full with that one. And those folks get chemistry and biology, and they transition over to Quincy College. And then we have an English for Academic Success program. So those folks who take the assessment, whose English is above the ESOL level, but not quite at the English 095 developmental level, go through this 6-month program, and then they can enroll in the Bridges program of their choice. Okay. Who's eligible? So because we're a college preparatory program, we ask that that our folks are either U.S. citizens, have a green card, their status as refugee or asylee granted. For those reasons, that those folks with those statuses will be able to attain federal financial aid to go to school. They also need a high school diploma or equivalent. It can be from anywhere in the world. And intermediate or higher spoken written English. Okay. So next steps, if you're interested in applying, we're recruiting for our July cycle as well. You can visit the JVS website, and if you go to our services and then advance your education, you'll be able to find the Bridges to College program as well as the adult diploma pathway that Kelly spoke about as well. And again, my name is Craig Misner, and Susan, if you could just put my email in the Q&A, just so if anybody has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. And now I'm going to pass it over to Catherine.
Hi. Hi, guys. I'm Catherine Pizzacani, and I am the Executive Director of Project Smile. We're a nonprofit organization, and we run a program called Suits and Smiles. And I think we have the flyer coming up in a second. So our program provides job interview attire for men who are looking for work. We're going on job interviews. The program is completely free. We're based in Jamaica Plain, right by the Jackson Square T-stop, 24 Heath Street. It is referral based. So if you're getting services from any type of social service agencies, like some of the ones that are here, you can ask your worker to give you a referral to come to our organization, to our program. If the worker isn't familiar with the program, you can just ask them to reach out to us. It's really simple. And like I said, it's a free service, and we have wonderful clothing. You would be getting either a suit or dress pants, blazer, you get dress shirt, dress shoes, belt, tie, whatever else you need to look professional for your job interview. All at no cost. We have volunteer stylists who work with you to help choose your outfit. And then once you get employed, if you need more professional clothing for your job, you can come back to us and get more clothing for work. We're a new program. We started January of 2020, and we're really excited to have more clients in. And most of the men that have come to our program are now employed. So it's if you go on our website, you can find out more. It's projectsmile.org, and just go and check it out. And like I said, it's referral based, and you have to have an appointment. And we're typically open during the week, weekdays. Yeah, so thanks, guys. I'll give it back to Bethany.
Great. Thank you so much, Catherine.
Bethany, we have James Donovan, who is currently on the attendee list, who needs to be promoted, and also Rosalind Cresswell needs to be promoted. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. So next we will hear from Katie Mai. Actually, I need to reclaim the host privileges. And Katie Mai is from City Academy from the City of Boston. Katie, if you are ready to go, I'm going to make you the host so that you're able to share any screen you might have.
Awesome. Thank you, Bethany.
Pleasure.
Okay, I hope folks can see my screen. So I have a lot of information, but I will keep it brief. So hi, everybody. My name is Katie. I am an AmeriCorps Vista member from the Office of Workforce Development, here to talk to you about City Academy. So above is our contact information, as well as the link to our application and other information about City Academy that I may or may not cover in this presentation. So City Academy, it's a program through the Office of Workforce Development. It is a training pipeline for folks of the Boston region to go into the field to either be essential workers or first-person responders. This program offers 2 training tracks, one being the commercial driver's license and hoisting certification, and the other one is for the emergency medical technician training, or EMT for short. So this is a program that's preparing participants for entry-level city positions and offers pay above Boston's living wage, benefits, pensions, and union membership. So for our criteria, you have to be a Boston resident to be in this program, age 18 or older, have our driver's license and a clean driving record, high school diploma or high school equivalent, earn less than the HUD income guidelines, which I'll talk about in the next slide. You have to pass what is called a TABE test, which is a test for adult basic education, which tests folks on their reading, writing, and language skills, undergo drug testing, and depending on which track you go in, for EMT, you have to go through a CORI review, and for the CDL training, you would have to go through a DOT physical exam, which just tests whether you're fit enough to operate a certified motor vehicle. So these are income guidelines determined by the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and it ranges between 62K to 89K, depending on how small or large a person's family size is. And this program is targeting working adults who may be seeking opportunities for better pay and benefits. So like I said, this is for Boston residents and all 23 neighborhoods, which is highlighted in red on the right. So we really emphasize that we want folks who represent Boston's diversity, folks who live within the community, who reflect the community, working for the community. So when you're in the program and you're going through it, participants, depending on what track they're going to, for CDL, for example, they would receive a commercial driver's license, Class B, as well as a certified hoisting license and OSHA 10. Whereas for folks who would go into the EMT track, they would get a certificate of completion with the National Registry of EMT, as well as state certification. And as they go through this process, near the end, they have the opportunity to get connected to job placement services and assistance from the staff, as well as with our local partners. This is more logistics side. So for the CDL and EMT, we're currently in our pre-screening process. For CDL, it takes a duration of 3 months. So after pre-screening, folks would go into a bridge course, which was like a class course that they would take. And then afterwards, they would do on-site training. And then after they finish all their on-site training, get their certifications and licensing done, they would be put into job placements and get that assistance to be partnered up with the city departments. Whereas for the EMT training pipeline, it's a lot longer. It's 15 months that lasts into next year. So there is also a bridge course for participants to go in that's focused on the Boston EMS department. They would then go into a basic EMT course, which is taught by Boston EMS, then get their certification. Once they get their certification, they have an option to apply for the EMT Recruit Academy. If they get in, then they have a chance to be promoted into Boston EMS. So for program expectations, City Academy is preparing folks a career. Really important that, you know, when folks are in this program, they can think of it like a job, like they're in a workplace. So it's really important that they act in a professional manner, but dressing appropriately or just being very mindful of their language and behaviors. And to get the most out of the program, really urge participants to attend and be on time for classes, as well as actively participate. This is a program where they're going to be investing a lot of time, and the staff and local partnerships are going to be investing a lot of time in them as well.
Hey, Katie, sorry to interrupt. I just want to let you know you have about 1 minute left. Oh,
No problem.
you're there. We're at closing. Thanks. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, next steps, basically, here's our website, owd.boston.gov/cityacademy. You can apply there and submit your documents. And then, you know, if you have everything that you need, we'll reach out to you for the next steps. And of course, questions will be for later, but here again is our link to our application on owd.boston.gov/cityacademy.
Great. Thanks, Katie, so much. Next, we'll hear from James Donovan of Teamsters.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jim Donovan. I'm the political and training director for the Teamsters, and we've been partnering with City Academy for the last 3 years through our partnership with also with Suffolk Construction, but we're able to provide CDL training in the city of Boston, and we've had some great success. We're excited about this next class, and I was asked to speak a little bit about some of the careers that we have, in particular for this group, because many of our industries are very CORI-friendly, you know, and oftentimes we hear about there's a barrier to union membership. There really doesn't exist that with the Teamsters. Essentially, you just have to be somebody that really wants to work and is going to be a reliable worker, and the opportunity is yours. I mean, this training is actually done in the seaport, and it's because of President O'Brien's leadership at Massport, Suffolk Construction, and City Academy all coming together to do training on, you know, what'll be a future hotel or a commercial building with a beautiful view of the airport. You know, to be able to train in essentially one bus ride over or in your neighborhood is a big deal. But the careers that we offer have pension, health insurance, retirement benefits, job security, and there is a shortage of truck drivers, but don't be afraid to reach out to City Academy if you've got some restrictions and so forth, because we could try to plug you into something else. Maybe you're not qualified to do CDL. We also have a warehouse training program, so it's not just truck driving that the Teamsters are about. But I was just more or less asked to just come on here and just talk about what kind of opportunities are out there. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say our partnership with Project Place is we've been working with them for probably 5 years now, getting some people some basic safety training that maybe your employer won't offer that and so forth. But the most important thing is that you go home safe to your family, but also having that safety credential is also very, very helpful in future employment to prove that you're going to be responsible and work safe when you go to work there. So I'm unable to stay on the call here, but please forward all the questions that you have for Katie, and I'll make sure I respond next week. But thank you for the opportunity, and best of luck to everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us, Jim. Next, we will hear from Greg from Community Work Services. Greg, are you ready?
I am.
Okay, would you be sharing a screen, Greg?
Not necessary.
Okay.
So good morning. Good morning. I'm still on my first 3 Zoom meetings of the day. I apologize. Good morning, everyone. Before I begin, I want to tell you just a very quick little story and use up 30 seconds. About 2.5 years ago, I was sitting in the same exact spot you're sitting in now. I was released from Devon's Federal Medical Center on January 29th of 2019 as a returning citizen. So I understand the scary part of saying, how do I turn my life around? How do I get training? I was brought to Community Work Services specifically to grow their returning citizen program. Community Work Services is a organization that has been around just a day or two. It started in 1877. We are located on Portland Street in Boston. We're about 100 yards from North Station, so very easy to get to. We have a stipend training programs. These are programs in which, as you reach certain benchmarks, you receive a stipend. Now, is it a lot of money? No, but it's a good starting point, and it's a reward for having done hard work. We have a number of training programs. I'm the culinary director there. I run a training program that runs 6 weeks, and we train people in basic kitchen skills. We currently have a partnership with the Massachusetts Restaurant Federation, and we can literally place every single graduate of our program in a job tomorrow, as soon as they've graduated. Most restaurants in the state of Massachusetts are a minimum of 30% underemployed. We also know which firms are CORI-friendly, and we know what kind of CORIs they will hire. But if culinary training is not for you, we have 3 other programs. We have a commercial cleaning and training program where we bring you in again at 6 weeks, and we train you on how to clean floors, how to sanitize buildings, environmental services post-COVID. God willing, we're post-COVID, is a very important area. We also have partnerships with every major health institution in the city, and these are great entry-level jobs. And believe it or not, the hospitals are as well CORI-friendly. Every CORI is going to be handled on a case-by-case basis, of course, but they have places. The other program is a packing and training program. Think about us as a place to learn how to do the skills that the Amazons and the e-commerce based world requires now, rapidly growing services. Lastly, our last program is AYS, which is at your service. This is a hospitality training program where we train people to work in hospitality services. This is a little tougher for CORIs. They will hire CORI again on a case-by-case basis, much more selective. And then when you walk through the door, you're going to enter into what's called job readiness training. These are soft skills, people. We're going to teach you how to answer the tough questions. Why do you have a 5-year gap in your resume? What were you doing? Most employees now don't ask questions. They won't ask you the question, do you have a record or have a CORI record? Massachusetts, in fact, has laws that prevent a lot of that from happening. But your resume tells a story, and we're going to help you understand the story. We also have volunteers who come in and do mock interviews so that you don't go to an interview without ever having gone through one. So our program is about empowering you to get a job that will lead to a living wage. Not just a job, not a dead-end job stocking shelves somewhere, a job with a path to success. I am a returning citizen. The gentleman who runs the commercial cleaning is a returning citizen. Our director of placement and outreach are all returning citizens. Community work services walks the walk, talks the talk. If you have a question, I'm going to put my contact information in the chat. I welcome you. Please, brothers and sisters, call me, ask me a question. If community work services doesn't have a solution for you, we can probably point you to someone that will. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Greg. Next, we'll hear from Judy from Dressed for Success.
Hi, I'm Judy Morrell, and I am delighted to represent Dress for Success Boston on this panel. I'm a volunteer, and I have been with Dress for Success for 9 years. Dress for Success is a global organization that is for and about women. Our clients are women who have made some unfortunate choices or have had some unfortunate luck, and they're trying to turn their lives around to get back into the workforce. We don't find them work, but we get them dressed so that they can go to interviews dressed professionally and feel confident. Our clients have to make an appointment and be referred through an agency similar to Suits and Smiles. Pre and hopefully post-COVID, we dress our clients in a suit or a dress with a jacket. We give them shoes, they get a bag, they get jewelry, get a coat if in fact they need one. And then when they get their job, they can come back again for a second appointment and get 3 additional work appropriate outfits. Since we were forced to close our boutique during this pandemic, we have, as they say, made lemonade out of lemons. And we've created what we call our virtual suiting program. And it's a new way that we can help our women. Our clients are allocated a $100 Amazon gift card, and working with the Dress for Success volunteer, they shop in our Amazon closet and spend their allotment on work appropriate clothes. Given that so many people are working from home, the clothing that we are purchasing looks different than what we were doing prior to being in confinement. But again, when they get a job, they can get a $150 gift card and come back and do the same thing with a volunteer. 8 months into this new program, we've dressed 203 clients, and 27 of them have returned for second appointments. 30 of these women were from the Spanish-speaking community. In addition to our dressing program, we continue to offer assistance with resume writing, interviewing etiquette, and job searching. We also have a professional women's group, which meets where women who have gotten jobs can meet monthly, and they participate in a group setting where there's a guest speaker who addresses topics and issues that are relevant to working women. We can't wait, obviously, to get back into our boutique, which is on Com Ave in the Family Justice Building. But we will most likely continue this virtual suiting program even after the restrictions are lifted, because it's widened our geographic reach, and we are able to dress women who are physically unable to come into the boutique. So this has really been something that has increased our accessibility to our clients. Our clients look great when they leave us. They walk taller, they feel more confident, and they are ready to go and take an interview. They both in person and virtually, and that means that the program is working. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judy. Next, we'll hear from Jim
Thank you.
Carey.
Thank you, Bethany. Hello, everyone. My name is Jim Carey. Oh, Bethany, can you allow me to share screen?
Will do.
Thank you.
You should be all set now.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello, everybody. My name is Jim Carey. I am a reentry instructor and reentry case manager with Project Place. I am also an adjunct faculty member at Tufts University, where I proudly teach in a reentry network that I'll talk about a little bit as well. So I'm going to start my slides here. So I'd like to talk a little bit about Project Place at the beginning. We are a workforce development agency that focuses on establishing people in jobs, real jobs, living that earn a living wage, that allow everybody to advance in their life and transform their life in a special way and help secure permanent housing. We serve a wide range of individuals, including those experiencing homelessness, residents in addiction treatment programs, and formerly incarcerated clients who are reentering the community. And I'll stress, I know it says here recently, but I'm going to stress formerly incarcerated or system impacted, because those of us who have gone through reentry, we know that it's a lifelong challenge. Reentry services here at Project Place, many of us do have lived experience with incarceration. We focus our reentry services on individual case management courses, programs with a bent towards reentry, where we understand those specific needs that people who are returning to the community, what they need and what their individual items are. So we don't have one specific program that we identify that we try to force everybody into. We try to meet with each of our clients and understand what they need and how and what their needs are and meet them where they are today. We have educational opportunities both internally, which I'll talk a little bit about, and through the vast number of partnerships that we have with the Teamsters, with Suits and Smiles, with Office of Workforce Development, and the Mayor's Office of Returning Citizens. And I'm so thankful also to both Kevin Sibley and to Bethany, but also to Public Safety and Dr. Falk as well. We have a crew, what we call CREW, which is Community Reentry for Women, where we actually go into the Suffolk House of Correction and we start our education programs inside before the women are released, because as those of us with lived experience, we know that reentry really has to start before you hit the streets. We also offer anger management and, importantly, parenting reentry strategies for families, which I am actually one of the co-facilitators for Nurturing Fathers program. We offer a number of certificate training courses and credentialing. I'll talk a little bit about those as well. And while these are all focused on reentry, they're available to all Project Place community members. Now, our flagship program is our Work Ready program, and that's a program where you can work on your resume, cover letters, and other important workforce documents. We have interview skills and mock interviews that take place. Right now, it's largely a self-paced class using Google Classroom. However, we have moved to a hybrid model where many of our students are in class with us currently. We also offer twice weekly, through our tremendous career services department. We offer enrichment workshops, which kind of complements our Work Ready program and supplements all the strengths that are and skills that are going to be needed for not only getting the job, but maintaining the job. Because our passion here and our belief here is that once you're a Project Place client, you're always welcome to return, both to our workshops and to our courses, and to tap us into for many of our partnerships. Our career services department, which I mentioned just a few seconds ago, they do a tremendous job in building partnerships, both with employers and with other agencies, including MassHire. But with our industry internship program, which falls under our career services, we have a number of credentialing opportunities, including customer service and ServSafe. And we also have a logistics apprenticeship program. Our career counseling and career focused case management through our career services offers assessments and assistance along with higher education. And again, Our alumni services are open for all of our clients, whether they are 1 day or 10 years, that we've been serving them for over 10 years. We have 3 social enterprises. First one I'd like to talk about quickly is Clean Corners. Clean Corners, Bright Hopes, does commercial and industrial cleaning. You might have seen them. We have a number of contracts, including Fenway Park, the Holocaust Memorial, and other places throughout the city. We have our Logistics Enterprise Apprenticeship Program, which is largely focused on learning the skills and trade of various vending models. And then we have a women-only working opportunities for women, which we run a hot fudge factory that we own, and it's focused on teaching women the skills to run a small business and how to operate that small business at multiple levels. Now, I'm going to talk about 2 of our external partners. I mentioned a few already, with the Teamsters and Suits and Smiles and so many other great participants that are here as well. But one that we have is Tech Goes Home. This is a standalone basic skills computer class for clients who need to brush up on this computer skills. Or as we all know, if you've spent any time formerly incarcerated, when you come out a few years later or many years later, those computer skills or technology skills that you once had may be a little bit different. Currently, it's operating remotely, and it's going great. We offer it monthly. We also, along with Office of Workforce Development, Project Opportunity, Mayor's Office of Returning Citizens, and so many other great partners like Dorchester Bay Economic Development Corp, we have a strong partnership with Tufts University. And with all those people that I mentioned, we've developed the program called My Turn, which is a re-entry education network that offers a certificate from Tufts University. It's a no cost for students for materials, laptops, books, and a monthly transportation stipend. There's 10 transferable Tufts University college credits that are part of the mass transfer program. So easily transfers, whether it's to Bunker Hill or to UMass Boston, or a number of our students apply directly to Tufts University in this first cohort. We have extensive training in 3 programs from the Microsoft Office suite, Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. We have professional development and networking. We support higher continuing education, and we have multiple opportunities where our students, the My Turn students, are compensated for public speaking, statewide, in the university, statewide, and national forums. 4 courses in the My Turn. It includes a civic studies course in American history and literature. I mentioned quickly the technology support and professional development. We also have a personal finance and project development course, which I think we might hear from Larry Shinari in a little while with his BC entrepreneurship program, which we've actually referred a few people to after they complete our course. And then we have an alternating course. This past cohort, it was math for 2021, and it's going to be a drama course for 2022. Now, Project Place is an active participant and partner with the My Turn program. Of course, I teach in it as well, but we provide a number of different opportunities and support for some of the My Turn students. And we encourage them to register with Project Place upon acceptance into our program. Here are some of the services that are part of My Turn that Project Place and the Mayor's Office of Returning Citizens also offers. We help with college application in the FAFSA form, Introduction to Public Transportation. A lot of people who are coming home after a long period of time or are relocating to the city of Boston, they're not familiar with the bus system or the commuter rail or the T, so we help with that. We work on job applications and mock interviewing, food stamp, renewal and acquisition, housing applications, just a number of supports that are certainly needed by all of us who have returned home.
Jeff, I'm sorry, Jim, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. There's about a minute left
I'm
If you're
wrapping up
okay with
right
that.
now.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. I'd like to show you just some of what our students have said and how they have reacted to this tremendous program that was put together through Tufts University, the Mayor's Office of Returning Citizens, and certainly Project Place. It's been just a great success story, and we just finished our first cohort, and of course Dorchester Bay Economic Development Corp was a big part of it as well. But here's some quotes and testimony from our students on how they felt with the program. And then finally, my contact information, you can reach me at Project Place, and services for Project Place can be found at projectplace.org. My email is jcarey@projectplace.org. My telephone number is up there, or you can reach Hillary Binda, the founding director of Tuppet, through hillary.binda@tufts.edu, or me at james.carey@tufts.edu. And the application for My Turn can be found at tuppet.org. Thank you, Bethany.
Thank you, James. Great presentation. Next, we will hear from Allison from Teaching Kitchen. Allison, I will make you a host in just a moment if you want to queue it
Thank you,
up.
Bethany. And thank you all to the attendees who are with us. I work at Community Servings. The background of my screen here is our new building behind me. And I'm just going to share a few slides with pictures of our food and our work together. Here we go. So I want to tell you a little bit about the work of Community Servings as an agency, and then I'm going to go on to talk about our Teaching Kitchen culinary job training program. So you can see just this first slide is one of our clients, as well as some of the food that we deliver. So Community Servings exists to make medically tailored from scratch meals for people in our community who are living with some sort of serious, critical, or chronic illness. So at the moment, we are serving about 1,700 people per day. They receive a weekly delivery of food, and we feed the person who is sick as well as anyone under 18 and one other adult, so a spouse or caregiver. We feed the whole family if the individual who's sick is part of a family. Our clients are living with all sorts of different illnesses. So you can see this is another picture of one of our clients who's been with us for a long time, as well as one of our meals and what it looks like when it is packaged before it's delivered. So we feed people with all sorts of different illnesses. It could be that they're living with cancer, HIV, or AIDS. They might have lupus. They might have really severe diabetes, all different illnesses. And many of those individuals are also living on a really limited budget. And so our meals are hopefully filling a gap for them of food access, but also food that's very high quality that can help them just feel healthier and have energy to do other things, dealing with their medical appointments, taking care of themselves and their loved ones in other ways. So the Teaching Kitchen program is a very special job training program that is part of Community Servings. Our program's been around for about 12 years, and we play an integral role in helping produce the meals that are then delivered to clients. Our class is 12 weeks long. We have 6 cohorts per year, and we are very excited to be relaunching in-person classes on July 12th. So this summer, very soon, we will be back live. Our classes are relatively small, 12 to 15 people per class, and the curriculum is very, very hands-on. So about half of your time with the Teaching Kitchen, you would be serving in an internship capacity, helping make the meals that are delivered to people in the community. And then the other half of your hours, you are in a classroom setting. So not necessarily in a classroom, but we think of our kitchen as our classroom. So you would be working with our professional chef instructor, learning cooking skills and techniques, practicing different recipes, learning about commercial kitchen equipment, etc. So here's an overview of our curriculum. So I just mentioned some of the aspects of our actual food service or culinary curriculum. We also have a robust job readiness and life skills aspect. So we want to make sure that everyone who's with us feels ready for interviews. We do mock interviews. We have a whole group of wonderful volunteers who come in and support mock interviews for our trainees. We make sure everybody who leaves at graduation, we make sure they have a well-written resume, references, cover letter if they need one. And we also have a navigating transitions reflection group every week, just to give people an opportunity to think about what have been my challenges in the past, what maybe has held me back, what am I ready to let go of, and what do I hope for my future? So that is a private group separate from the course instructors, facilitated by a recovery coach who we have on our staff, and a really nice opportunity to consider just the major transition of going from wherever someone is coming from into a new life, and including employment. So you can see these are some of our outcomes over the past 12 years. So about 81% of our graduates do end up in a job and are still employed after 30 days. We work with a lot of different employers. We like to really watch over the 12 weeks and see how each of our individual trainees works in the kitchen. What are their strengths? What are their interests? And so we try to tailor the job placement to the individual, but you can see here a list of some of the more formal partnerships that we do hold in the community. And like I mentioned, we have an upcoming class. So again, this will be an in-person class in our building. We are located in Jamaica Plain, right behind the Stony Brook train stop. So very easily accessible. It's about a 2-minute walk from the T-stop. There are also multiple bus routes that run nearby. And that class will start July 12th and run through the end of September. We have another class that will be starting on September 13th. So you can see my contact info here. If you have additional questions, I will also put my contact information in the chat, or you can put your questions in the Q&A and I will answer them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Allison.
You're welcome. And I'm going to just share with William Watkins.
All right. Can I get sharing capabilities? Okay. Okay. There we go. It's still saying it's disabled.
You should be good to go now.
All right. Share. All right, good afternoon. My name is William Watkins. I am the Director of Workforce Development for the Urban League. The Urban League is a civil rights organization that has been in existence here in Boston since 1919. We have been on the front lines. We consider ourselves to be the economic first responders. If you look at that QR code, it will take you directly to our website, not just looking at it, but you have to take out your phone, turn on your camera and point it to the QR code, and it'll take you directly to our website. This is our mission. The mission of the Urban League of Eastern Massachusetts is to enable adults in Eastern Mass to overcome racial, social barriers, economic inequities, sexual and domestic violence, to employment and economic development opportunities. These are individuals who have gone through our training programs, and we focus around tech. As you know, during this pandemic, I don't care, small business, large corporations had to exist on the World Wide Web in order to connect. We have a coding academy, MSymbo. It's a 20-week academy. Our retention rate is around 80%. Our alumni who have gone through that program have moved from 0 to $80,000. We have a graphic design program, digital, where individuals can go through there and learn how to create advertisement, flyers, website design. Now, the two programs I just mentioned, MSymbo and Digital, they're stipend-based programs. Also, I like to say too, that individuals that go through those programs don't necessarily have to go and work for someone else. You can really gain these skills and work in the gig economy. A lot of our students have done that as well. and shown their skills. We also have a computer literacy program. It is in connection with Tech Goes Home, where we provide Google Chromebooks for those individuals who complete. We have a customer service and leadership training program that we do in conjunction with Starbucks. So individuals that go through that program have an opportunity to interview for positions at Starbucks and other community partners that we partner with. We have an employment resource center. I like to say that is a home office, a home away from home type of office. Our facility is open, not currently, but when we do reopen, we'll be reopening our building after Labor Day. But you know, small businesses, individuals can come in and utilize the internet, the fax, you know, you name it, computers. You're able to do work there. Our job programs, such as MSimbo, Digital, our customer service, they all have a job placement component with them. And we work in conjunction with the workforce development, City of Boston's workforce development department as well. And we also have case management that's attached to it. So individuals receive case management because we believe that, you know, we want to make sure that individuals that go through our soft skills training, they are able to maintain the jobs that are available. And we stay with them for at least a year or so, but individuals can come back after a year and still use our own services. But we want to make sure that individuals have those barriers removed so that it won't prevent them from getting a job. So we refer individuals to some of our colleagues that have talked today, like you know, Dress for Success and others who provide, you know, services to our clients. We're going to be launching pretty soon how can I put it, the lack of a better word, our own LinkedIn space, where individuals can come into what we're going to call the hub, where individuals from all over the state of Massachusetts can link in with companies and stakeholders within Massachusetts, creating mentorship opportunities and being able to hone in on your professional skills. You know, for the past you know, 12 months or so, we have been holding every month a Leaders Over Lunch series, where we are talking with professionals and, you know, providing this sort of information on a monthly basis so that people can gain knowledge on what's going on in their communities, being an active participant in their communities, and also knowing what, you know, what things are available and what opportunities are on the horizon. The last thing I would like to mention, but definitely not least, is our domestic and sexual violence project. We have had the program for about 3 or 4 years, and we felt that we needed to have a program like this because we wanted to address those issues in a cultural sensitive way. So we connected with the Northeastern University's lawyers, or the students there in the law school. We have provided services to over 100 or so victims. And, you know, during this pandemic, we've had to even extend beyond that and making sure that individuals were fed, made sure that individuals' bills were even paid. But we stand here ready to help and serve anyone, regardless if you are a returning citizen or not. It doesn't matter. You are a whole person when you come to the Urban League. So I will make sure that I put my information, my contact information into the chat, and you can contact me and for any of the services And like I said, most of our job training programs are stipend based. You must have the bare minimum is to have a high school diploma or a GED. It does not matter whether or not you're from Boston or Cape Cod. So be sure to check out the Urban League for any of its services and programs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, William. Is Lawrence Gennari on? I don't see him. Next, we'll hear from Jordana of Building Pathways.
Hi,
Hi, Jordana, will you be sharing your screen? I can make you a host if so.
I will be. My name is Jordana. I am the Program Director for Building Pathways Boston.
Good to go.
Thank you. All right, so Building Pathways Boston is a pre-apprenticeship program. Our job is to prepare individuals to enter the construction trades. So what we do is we go over, you get your OSHA 10 certification, CPR first aid certification, along with your boots, your hard hats, your safety goggles, and your safety vests. Our program is usually a 6-week program that is held from Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. so that we mirror the construction industry. However, the flyer that we're looking at here is going to be for our next session. That's going to be a fall class. This fall class will be an evening class. This evening class will be held from September to December, Monday through Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. You have to be 18 years or older, have a GED or high set. You have to have a driver's license. Of course, be physically able to do the work, have an interest in construction. Throughout COVID, we have continued with in-person learning. Although we've had to decrease class size, we have still continued on with all of our regularly scheduled classes. Some we've had to extend due to COVID, but we've still pushed on. Overall, our process is the same as the unions. We have an application deadline, the same as anybody else does in the unions. You do receive case management and placement support. We do not guarantee a job immediately, only because of the fact that the unions have their own application process and deadline. However, every graduate is supported throughout the application process to ensure that they're accepted into a union. So for people to apply, they would have to attend one of these info sessions that are listed here. These info sessions can also be found on our website, which I will also add into the chat, buildingpathwaysboston.org. In order to apply, you have to attend an information session. All right. All right. And that is all for me. And again, I'm going to add our contact info into the chats.
Great. Thank you so much, Jordana, for your presentation.
Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Rosalind. Rosalind, will you be sharing your screen?
Yes, I will.
Okay, I will make you a host in just a moment. Okay, you should be all set.
Okay. Okay, hopefully everybody can see that. Thanks, all very interesting information from everybody who's spoken. Where something of an outlier, I would say, in this. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Rosalind Cresswell. I am from the Massachusetts Office of Public Collaboration that's based at UMass Boston. I'm a program manager for a grant program that funds 12 community mediation centers across the state, 11 of whom are part of our reentry mediation program called REMAP. The goal of the program is to provide conflict resolution services to help break the cycle of incarceration by offering services pre and post-release and pre-incarceration. The program's based on a program that originated in Maryland about 15 years ago. They have done considerable work to assess the impact of this program, and they produced a recidivism analysis, I think back now in 2014, although they're about to update it, which showed that people who participated in the program that ours is also based on had a reconviction rate that was reduced 15% for one mediation session and an additional 9% for each additional session. For rearrest, 13% reduction for one session and 8% for each additional one. And then for reincarceration, 10% for each single mediation session and 7% for additional ones. What is mediation? It's a question that many people don't know the answer to. So very briefly, it's a process that allows people to have a conversation helped by a neutral third party where they can determine what the outcome is. It's a voluntary process, it's confidential, and it's free. Important point there. It allows everyone a chance to talk about and choose what are the subjects that are most important to them. And be heard by everybody, which helps build better relationships. People identify themselves what needs to be worked out during the mediation, and then work on solving those problems together in a way that works and is practical for everyone. It can be with anyone that you choose. The figures that I gave you before about recidivism rates have shown that it doesn't matter who you mediate with, what the subject that you choose to talk about is, or even whether you reach a concrete agreement at any of it. At the end of it, it's the process of sitting down and having those problem-solving conversations together that's important. And you don't need to have a conflict with anybody. People think about mediation maybe in the context of divorces or in court sort of settings, but these really are just conversations that are very rare, particularly pre-release, with people who are important to you, and they can include anybody of your choosing, as I say, to have those conversations with, including in the context of employment, former employers, or with people who can help you work out transport solutions to get to a new job, or a way of figuring out what your future employment is likely to be. What does it actually look like? So pre-release, the mediation is offered at outreach sessions at the facility to people who have less than 12 months to serve. And we provide the services at the moment in several DOC facilities across the state and to many of the county sheriff's facilities. People can choose who they want to mediate with. They're then screened by the facility and asked if they want to mediate. If you remember, it's a voluntary process, so you can't make anybody attend a mediation. And then they're offered up to 3 two-hour mediation sessions pre-release and whatever necessary post-release follow-up that people would like to do. That's the pre-release part, and that's been operating as a pilot for the last few years. We have, for the first time this year, received state funding for our program, and we're in the process of developing it and expanding it to new facilities, and also looking at delivering post-release services. So currently under development, we're looking at providing post-release mediation services to people who have not received pre-release services. We're looking at doing conflict skills building sessions through agencies that support re-entering citizens, to offer mediation trainings, and to offer up opportunities to people who've been incarcerated to volunteer with mediation centers, join boards, become involved in the work of the center generally, and also to potentially provide services to other pre-release and post-release incarcerated people. It's a very quick nutshell about what we do. The website we have is www.resolutionma.org. That talks about all the programs that community mediation centers provide. And you can check out information about reentry and any mediation program there and where your local center might be. I didn't have time to include this video, but there's also a short video, and I'll put the link in the chat, from Maryland about people who have used their program, talking about the impact it had on their lives after release. And I will put the contact information again in the chat at the end of this. So thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Rosalind. And thank you all for your wonderful presentations. I want to open this time now for questions. There were a few questions in the chat, which I see have been resolved. But if anybody has any other questions for our wonderful presenters, I would encourage you to use this time and space to inquire now. And I'll give you a moment to do that. As we do near the end of the program, I just want to sort of end, unless any of the presenters have any further remarks or anything that they failed to share or want to add to their presentation, I want to give you the opportunity to do that. And unless I hear any or see any hands raised, I do want to make sure that I'm thanking all of you for joining us for the conclusion of Second Chance and Reentry Week as proclaimed by Mayor Janey, and a proclamation that was signed recently and advanced by the Office of Returning Citizens and BeProximate and Project Opportunity. We obviously want to make sure that we're thanking all of our extremely helpful and resourceful presenters today. Your education, job training, and resources really provide the partnership that we need in order to support system-involved community members successfully. And so without you, we would not be able to do that. And we really appreciate you all for taking the time to share today. Thank you all to everyone who's joined. If you will, please do take advantage of these opportunities.
This unforgettable vacation.
If you're not ready just yet to take advantage of these opportunities, please know that there are video recordings of this session, as well as Wednesday's community job fair. We also hosted another education resource fair back in December with a variety of other job training and resource partners. So we encourage you to just peruse our site on the Project Opportunity site and take advantage of these resources. And again, if you did miss Wednesday's community CORI-friendly job fair, the recording is on the site. Resumes are being accepted through MassHire Downtown Boston's website. All the instructions are on our site, and they'll be accepted up until 5 p.m. on next Wednesday. So view and apply. We also want to encourage you to visit MassHire Downtown Boston's webpage, register for their newsletter. MassHire is an incredible partner to the city of Boston and our residents. They are really here for you with regard to any aspect, every aspect of your job search, from workshops that they facilitate on resume building and interviewing skills to individualized job search coaching, and the range of opportunities are very vast. So we do encourage you to explore their site as well, and to visit the Project Opportunity site again and again and again. I will repeat that. Also for our free CORI sealing and expungement program, there is a link for you to register for free CORI sealing and expungement consultations and legal representation if you are eligible, or you just want to have an idea, of your eligibility and you're not necessarily interested in sealing or expungement for many reasons. We do encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity. Legal fees generally are exorbitant for this sort of a process. Since the law changed, the governor signed the 2018 criminal reform bill. It's become much easier for folks to seal and expunge their records, but we're finding that only a small percentage of those who are eligible are really taking advantage of that. So we wanted to remove the barrier of the cost of obtaining legal counsel, which often many people need to navigate this process, by partnering with the Lawyers Clearinghouse and their pro bono attorneys to support our residents and folks across the Commonwealth in that. If there are no other questions, I really encourage you all to view the chat. I'll give you a moment to do that. We have a few more minutes before we end. Save all of these links and the videos in your browser. We will also send around these resources and reach out to all of the partners. Take advantage of these resources. It's a very tough market right now, and we want to make sure that we are using all of our relationships and partners and resources to get folks back to work or to explore new career opportunities. Now's the time to do that. Yes, and thank you all for presenting, for being here. I don't see any questions in the Q&A. So on behalf of Mayor Janey, Trin Nguyen, the Director of the Office of Workforce Development, Project Opportunity, so that's the Mayor's Office of Public Safety, the Mayor's Office of Returning Citizens, and SOAR Boston, as well as the Office of Workforce Development, we thank you all for your partnership and know that we are always going to be a resource here at the City of Boston as we look to support second chance residents, residents impacted by CORI, and those system impacted, and everyone just in general. But if you are particularly vulnerable, we're here to help you remove barriers and create access to as many resources as possible. And that's what this was today. Happy Second Chance and Reentry Week. And we hope you all enjoy this beautiful weekend. And thank you all again. Have a nice weekend, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.